All right, we're ready to get started, folks. It's 6:38. Was the meeting posted?
It's been posted.
Obviously, it's been okay. Number one on the agenda.
First matter to do is Captain Kennedy of the Lowell Police Department is in Christopher Samaras, downtown coordinator, available to discuss and answer any questions there may be regarding upcoming folk festival in July.
Introduce yourself for the record.
Chris Samaras, Downtown Coordinator, City of Lowell.
Thomas Kennedy, Captain, Lowell Police Department.
Okay?
Basically, I just want to, with the Folk Festival quickly approaching, I just want to stress those who are participating, those businesses participating in the Folk Festival to review the business guides that were distributed about a month ago. If you don't have one or would like one, you can grab one now or contact the Special Events Office. Basically, if the guidelines have been updated each year with basic changes or whatnot, and basically, if businesses comply with the basic overall rules, such as permanent fencing, pouring beers into cups, basic overall, and don't interfere with folk festival entertainment with amplification, those basic rules, just for the, it can be a successful event where there's not many problems. As for the nighttime activity, the alcohol activity, I'd like to refer to the police department in regards to what their challenges are and what they're going to do.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Good evening, gentlemen. I've been asked to appear here before you on behalf of the Lowell Police Department. Last year, as many of you recall, we had a myriad of different public safety concerns as they pertain to the nighttime Lowell Folk Festival, if you will. There were a lot of issues in the downtown. With that being said, there's really no reason to revisit those issues or rehash them. They're done, they're over with, but we do want to move forward into 2012. With that being said, in the next coming weeks, I imagine this year is going to be similar to years past, where there are going to be special applications made for one-day licenses for entertainment, service of alcohol, and things of the like. I know that the License Commission typically takes great pains to explain to these people what their responsibilities and obligations to the city are as they pertain to public safety and things like that. If we could certainly make arrangements to do that and really emphasize to these folks that we don't want to be confronted with the same issues we were confronted with last year, and they are obligated to adhere to all the general laws and the local ordinances as they pertain to service and consumption of alcohol, the noise ordinance and things of the like, and certainly, common sense on the license holder's behalf that plays a major role in keeping these incidents to a minimum as well. I think the city, the police department certainly recognizes the economic role that the folk festival plays in the economic vitality of the downtown, and especially the downtown businesses. So we certainly never want to be confronted with a situation where we have a major public safety issue or a compromise of public safety. That obviously would be probably front page news. So it's something that we want to avoid. It's a challenge for us, but any assistance that the commission could give us would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Well, Captain, we received we didn't have any reports. I was told that there was one incident in downtown last year.
Right.
And I heard that vis-a-vis of the grapevine, because I guess the establishments were closed early because of it.
Correct, Mr. Commissioner, and the reason
But we never got anything here as far as a complaint to be able to act upon, and the thing there is, if you've got somebody that's causing you a problem, we need to know about it. This was basically on the same.
In fairness, Mr. Chairman, if I could intervene.
Yeah.
It's my recollection that the event that happened last year happened in the streets, and that the individual that was responsible was arrested and prosecuted in the Lowell District Court.
Correct. And
Well, I'm sure, but we should have.
Well, it didn't come into an establishment is what happened.
It had to be in front of an establishment because we allowed them to use the street area. I'm just saying that, if there are problems like this, we need to know. I have a question about there is a rumor, if you will, or there's going to be a bike rally in the city during the folk festival?
Apparently, there is an event scheduled at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium for Saturday evening, I believe. Yes. We will do the best that we can to try and keep that separate. You know, my understanding is that there's some sort of show at the auditorium that these folks are going to be attending and/or participating in. There's been no indication that they're going to have anything to do, so to speak, with the folk festival. Now, whether some of those people find their way into the downtown after the event remains to be seen. But my understanding is that the event at the auditorium is separate and distinct from the folk festival.
You got the last I've heard, you have 600 bikers coming. 600 motorcycles coming to the city on probably one of the most important weekends in Lowell of all the weeks. Now, let me just give you my feeling about it, the way I look at this, okay? If I was a merchant, if I owned a bar room or a restaurant or something in downtown Lowell and had an opportunity having 600 people come to the city that might eat dinner, that might go out for a couple of drinks, and everybody stacked it on one, I mean, I can't even imagine this is being allowed, okay? I just can't. Is your wife gonna bring Thomas down to the folk festival with 600 bikers?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. It's exactly what Erica said. Dad, how come they're letting, and not because there's anything wrong with bikers. I don't mean it that way, and I'm sure that people are gonna twist it. It's not a matter of twisting, it's just a matter of, it's 600 bikers coming to the city on one of the most important weekends that it has taken. What folk festival is this? How many?
26.
Excuse me?
26.
The 26th folk festival. And we have all these other weekends. Somebody somewhere along the line could have said, hey, guys, why can't we run this the next weekend when the folk festival is over?
I don't think that Captain Kennedy would disagree with you, but I think that at least in terms of Captain Kennedy, he's here to discuss the alcohol beverage
I
establishments.
know, but the problem's gonna be exactly what he just said. They are gonna the chief is always talking about they're understaffed, they don't have enough men, they need more money for overtime, and then, it goes on and on from him, okay?
Yeah.
All right, he got 160,000 of that looked like it was our responsibility. Well, it ended up, there was, 19,000 of it was spent downtown. I'm not complaining, but I'm saying that you got 600 bikers, and when the thing's over in the auditorium, how many people that live in the downtown area, they used to have a biker rally over at the old J.J. Turner's, the old hotel.
I remember
And they
it.
would roar up the street with a motor because the sound echoes. I mean, it would sound like they were coming through your living room. So what's going to happen is it's going to break up, it's going to impact the people that that have licenses full-time, that have a major investment, that are trying to make a living. It's going to impact them. And then somebody's going to say, oh, you know what, it was that bar room did it. I can't, it's like mixing oil with water.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mr. Bayless. From what I understand, there was an attempt to change that weekend after the fact. Apparently, whoever booked the event at that venue didn't realize that it was Folk Festival weekend. I don't know how that would be possible, but be that as it may, that's another thing that winds up in my lap, and that's one of the reasons why I'm appearing before you tonight. I'm trying to make as much of a preemptive strike as I possibly can, and I don't want to be in a position. It was me personally that had to go to these places last year on Saturday evening and close them. That was an uncomfortable situation. I know all of those license holders. I know that this is the way these guys support their families. I don't want to be in that position. They don't want to see me in that position at that hour of the day. What we're trying to do is just to set the tone so we don't run into this. The incident that you're talking about, the failure of the information to come before the License Commission last year, the reason we didn't do that, there wasn't a reason for it. There was a recognition at the time of the event that there were major problems with the condition of the downtown at that hour, at that day. So preemptive action was taken by the police department, myself. This decision was made essentially to close that. Now, had we not made that decision, then you probably would have been very busy with license complaints and things of the like.
Yeah.
And I understand a lot of these things are beyond our control. I appreciate that. We can't predict the future. I wish I could. I can't. We do the best we can with it, but what we're trying to do is, as I said, try to get...
I've said to I've said to many of the bar owners here and whatnot, you know, the police are not your enemy.
Absolutely
Guys that
not.
own these bar rooms, they're trying to make a living just like you're making a living as a police officer. And, you know, you try to say to them, look, you know, you gotta be smart enough to use the police to your advantage and call them on the, you know, well, that didn't work out as my best statement ever made. But anyways, my point being that, you know, I'm just, if I had a business and I was in the barroom business or in a nightclub or a restaurant business that weekend, I really would be very, very, very concerned, very concerned. Because once it breaks up,
As I said, Mr. Commissioner, I think I think common sense goes a long way. You know, outside of the arena of formal government, formal regulations, common sense goes a long way. Would like to stress that. And you know, if there are any issues, obviously there'll be a heavy police contingent in the downtown. There will be, from what I understand, inspectional services, the fire department to address any issues of overcrowding, things of the like. We just don't want anybody to get hurt down there.
No.
The folk festival is the prime event for the
premier.
city, and we would never want to, and if something happens at night, there are people in some quarters in the city that suggest that, well, it's not actually the folk festival. That's not going to matter if there's a public safety incident downtown, and that's where it's going to take place. The nexus is going to be made between the folk festival and that person being injured, and we want to try to avoid that as much as humanly possible.
I think, Captain Kennedy, I think we appreciate that, and I think we're just raising the issue because we do have a concern. We don't want to see
Sure.
600 motorcycles running down Central Street during the folk festival when we're telling people you can't play your radio too loud because it'll interfere with the stage.
No,
You have rolling thunder basically going through the middle of town.
I understand that,
We want it to
and
be a family-friendly
we,
environment.
you know, we take these things, you know, into, you know, into an arena of totality of circumstances. We appreciate that, and, you know, we're certainly, as the police department goes, we're not gonna be telling somebody that, you know, their music is a little bit loud when they're saying, I can't hear you because of all the motorcycles. We appreciate that, and,
Yeah.
you know.
it's not just that though, you know.
Motorcycles out.
On
so
the
they're
side
not
where
going
we
down
do a
town, revving
on
up.
the side where we do a disciplinary action, I do believe that the three of us are also charged with the responsibility of looking after some of these guys.
Sure.
I mean, we issue the license, and we don't want to see somebody make a major investment and lose it if it's, you know, let me give you just one example, and then I'll shut up, I promise, okay? The town of Meredith, New Hampshire, runs an ice fishing contest every week, every year. They attract 6,500 people, 6,500, pay $35 a piece to get in. Nobody else in the town is allowed to run anything. The next weekend is the ice bike races, the next is the snowmobile, and they put together a master calendar to say, look, we have a chance to have these people have a great weekend. Not only the folk festival, but just think about it for a second. If, you know, we had the second weekend, they were going to have this bike rally. And all I tried to illustrate, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
No,
all I
I
tried to illustrate is I wonder how many people are going to say 600 bikes in downtown Lowell.
No,
I'm not going to festival this year.
I certainly appreciate that, and unfortunately, it's folks in city government like myself that get straddled with this. I mean, we will make it work, but, you know, again, we just want to try to, you know, get the information out to people that have a stake in this, that, you know, we want to work with them, and, you know, we don't want to have any sort of public safety incidents during the folk festival. And for the record, my understanding is, not only is there a bike rally that weekend, there's also 2 spinners games as well.
Two
So,
what?
2 spinners games.
Yeah, but
So
that's not
certainly,
downtown.
it will be a challenge, but, you know, we've done it before, but it's, as always, it is a work in progress, and again, any assistance that the License Commission could render to us in terms of conveying that message to the folks that are coming in here for licenses would be much appreciated. Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain. Say hi to Thomas.
Just FYI.
Oh, did you know that? Furious?
Knew that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next on the agenda.
Regards to special one-day license that was issued, request of the licensing board to ratify 3 licenses that were issued, special.
So
one-day
moved.
licenses.
So moved, seconded. All in favor, say yes?
Yes.
Next on the agenda.
Applications for special one-day license for all alcoholic beverages, Fernando Souza of the Holy Ghost Society at the Holy Ghost Park, 65 Village Street. Number of events at the Holy Ghost Park, starting with Saturday, June 9th, from 5 PM to 1:30 is the wedding reception. Saturday, June 16th, from 9:30 PM to 2 AM is the fundraiser for the Portuguese bike run. Friday, June 22nd, 4 PM to 11 PM is the St. John's Feast. Saturday, June 23rd, 4 PM to 1 AM is the St. John's Feast. And also Sunday, June 24th, from 11 AM to 11 PM is the St. John Feast. Saturday, June 30th, from 4 PM to 2 AM, a wedding reception. And Saturday, July 7th, 3 PM to 1 AM is a fundraiser, bike run. And Saturday, July 21st, 3 PM to 1 AM is a fundraiser for also Portuguese bike run. There is also a special one-day license application filed by Monica Azevedo of Aramark for Thursday, June 28th, 6 PM to 9 PM. This is the UML reception at the UML Lowell Bellegarde Boathouse at 500 Pawtucket Boulevard. Do you want me to go with the beer and wine as well?
Might as well do them all. right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, there is the special one-day license applications for malt beverages and wine only. James Dimitri of the Transfiguration Greek Orthodox Church for Saturday, June 30th, from 11 AM to 11 PM.
Where?
It's a food fair in the basement of the church and parking lot at 25 Father John Sorrento's Way. And also Kamani of Akampang of the Wat Lao Mixaram of New England Temple. This is a fence enclosed grounds at the temple at 45 Bernier Street for Saturday, June 30th, from 12 noon to 8 PM. And Sunday, July 1st, from 12 noon to 8 PM. This event is a fundraiser for the temple at 45 Bernier Street.
We have you just step up to the mic and introduce yourself, please.
Fernando Sousa, the president of the Holy Ghost Society.
Okay?
Monica Azevedo, catering manager for Aramark at UMass Lowell.
Okay?
James Dimitri from the Transfiguration Church, Lowell.
Okay?
My name is Kale Manny, came from Wat Mixaram of New England.
Okay. Tell me about,
James Dimitri is new.
So he gets the speech.
oh, James Dimitri. That's right, okay. I'd like to just talk to you about the Holy Ghost Park. Okay? And I could be wrong, but I don't remember us ever issuing a liquor license with a bike, them ever having a bike run. Have they had a bike run before?
They did. We
Huh?
moved this one inside. The first one, we moved it inside.
You can have a bike run inside?
Well, actually, they put it in as the bike run, but it's not. It's just a fundraiser for the child who has leukemia.
Okay, all right. But you got 2 on the outside.
Yes, which we did that
Okay.
last year.
Excuse me?
We did those 2 last year the same way, sir.
You did this last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I must have had a lapse in.
One is for the child from Lowell that has
Okay,
autism.
you know, I gotta tell you right up front, 1 o'clock in the morning, how many,
Are you going to the amplification, or are we talking about the alcohol?
alcohol beverage, right there, two of them.
We move it
You know,
inside.
I'm just, you got the neighborhood. I'm not sure that we haven't had one complaint. I think somebody did write in a sound.
There is a complaint, if I may.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Okay,
one.
There's one complaint on the sound. You're getting into the summer months, everybody's out there, everybody wants to have a good time. The windows are open, let's crank the tunes. Let's,
Absolutely,
you know,
sir.
turn the band, keep the people in Tewksbury, you know, a little bit of music going that way, they love it, believe me, trust me.
Okay, sir.
The bike run,
Yes, sir.
okay? You can exit right out onto Rogers Street.
Right.
And if I were you, you know, I mean, that's just a suggestion, I would send everybody off that way and not have them go down through,
Douglas Road.
Douglas Road or
Okay.
wake any, you know, if you wake those people in Belvedere, they're not gonna be happy.
Exactly.
You know that, they probably come out and throw stones at you. I don't think they really do that, but anyways. Okay, but these are the 1 o'clock in the morning and people have the right, you know, even though it's a Saturday night, you know, little kid laying in bed, you know, somebody gunning a motorcycle, running down
I
the street
understand.
is not the,
Okay, sir.
okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you know, let's stay on top of the police officer, the sound meter. You know, make sure you go to the end of the furthest point in the park and you take the meter, write down the policeman's name, his badge number, and the decibel level of the meter.
Okay, sir.
You should be keeping a log, okay? So that if people do complain, we'll know who we can talk to, you know, to try to resolve the issue.
Absolutely, sir.
I know, but they're gonna have music at it, they're down below, okay? So it's just to try to get, you know, hit everything at once if I can. Okay, Monica, have you been here before? Yes. You have? Okay, and Jimmy, have you been here? No. No, sir. Okay, you're gonna get the lecture for the rest of them then. Jimmy, this license is yours. Yes, I understand. Not Transfiguration. Yep. Not the priest. All the priest can do is pray for you. Right. Maybe light a few candles. Okay. Outside of that, it's your neck on the line. All right. Okay, so number one, you make sure that you have the police number on your cell phone, not 911, the local police number. If you call 911, you're gonna go to Framingham. Framingham's gonna ship you back. It takes more time than it's worth. You make sure that the license is posted so that if a policeman comes up, he shouldn't have to ask you where the license is or anything like that. Look, you've got to be careful with the you know, people today with these computers and all this technology. I mean, they can reproduce a license, they can, you know, it's phenomenal. You gotta be so careful. If you have any doubt, you say, no, I can't serve you, I'm sorry. You also gotta remember that there's an awful lot of people that will buy a drink, you know, they'll say, oh, let's buy a drink for Jimmy, Sally, you know, she's 19, she can have a sombrero, what's wrong with you? Yeah, then Sally falls down the stairs and splits her head open, and guess what? It's your fault, because you sold it to him. You know, so I don't say those things to scare you, but a lot of times we all, and I'm sure many people here, we get caught up in running events and doing things, you know, for charity, for the church, for Mother Teresa, whatever the heck it is, you know, and then something goes wrong. And somebody says, gee, I should have had an insurance policy. Gee, I should have known to call the police, you know? So that's why we tell you that up front. You know, you guys run a great festival, and, you know, you shouldn't have any problems at all, but you got to know. If for any reason you feel uncomfortable with them, the way it's being served, or you see somebody giving their friend a beer or anything, you just go over and you take the license and say, hey, this is mine, I'll see you later, close this thing down. And if they don't close it, you call the police, and he'll help you close it, trust me. All right. Okay? Because it's what I said before, the police are there as your friend. This is not an adversarial relationship. Okay? These guys are there to help you. Yeah, they're gonna get tough when you go wrong. But you know what? You've got to call. You've got to have everything lined up so that in the event something goes wrong, you take care of it right away, okay? Any questions? Monica, James. How'd you say his name? Kiyomi? Kamani. You've been here before, right? Any questions? Anybody got any questions at all? Okay, I mean, we hope that, we sincerely hope that you have a really good day and the sun shines and, you know, but we also want you to understand the, you know, the position.
I'll make a
Anything?
motion to improve.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes. Good luck, guys.
You're all set?
For those of you who are anxious to have your license, I will see you tomorrow if you wish, or next week. Next week. If you're anxious to have your license, I will make it available to you either tomorrow, or next week. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Next on the agenda.
With respect to ratification, if you will, amplification permit issued to Fernando Souza of the Holy Ghost Society for June 3rd.
So seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Next on the agenda.
Special event permits for amplified outdoor public entertainment applications. There are a number of applications, starting with John Marciano, the National Park Service, for live music, the sound system at the Lowell Summer Music Series, and free fun for kids. There are a number of dates starting in June 22nd, and then July through the 21st of July, then August 1st through the 31st, and September 1, 7th, and 8th. And their hours would be Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. And this is at the Boarding House Park at French and John Streets. Is John, you're Chris?
I'm Chris.
Chris Fute?
Fent.
Fett.
It's a misspelling.
Chris Fett is here representing John Marciano. Also, John Marciano for the Lowell Festival Foundation, for live music sound system for the Lowell Folk Festival, starting on Thursday, July 26th, running through to Sunday, July 29th. Robin Dupel of Cobblestones for the enclosed outdoor area in front of 91 Dutton Street. The sound amplification for Friday, July 27th, Saturday, July 28th, and Sunday, July 29th. Hours would be in keeping with policy to not interfere with the main stage venues of the Folk Festival. Cobblestones is seeking a 9 p.m. for their amplification. Chris Samaras, the City of Lowell, for sound system for band and disc jockey for the 4th of July fireworks show on Wednesday, July 4th. Rain date is Thursday, July 5th, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. At the Heritage Campus Pavilion at Pawtucket Boulevard. Also, Fernando Souza of the Holy Ghost Society for the St. John Feast, this 3-day weekend, Friday, June 22nd, from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, June 23rd, from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight, and Sunday, June 24th, from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. This is the sound system for band and disc jockey. Kyle Swartz of the Global Spectrum Song Center, University of Massachusetts, 300 Martin Luther King Jr. Way, sound system for the Backyard Music Series on the north side of the Sanger Center. That'll be evenings 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., June 28th, July 12th, the 19th, August 2nd, 16th, and the 23rd. And last is Mr. Kamani La Kumfang for the Wat Lao Temple for Saturday, June 30th, and Sunday, July 1st. Amplification 12 noon to 8 p.m. on Saturday, and both days, actually, 12 noon to 8 p.m.
Okay, just go up to the mic, introduce yourself, give your name,
Robin Dupel Cobblestones.
okay?
Chris Fent, Lowell Festival Foundation.
Okay,
Chris Samaras, City of Lowell.
yeah,
Kyle Swartz, Songa Center.
okay,
It's Kale Manny from Lowell.
okay.
We need Fernando, who's out there.
Where's Fernando?
I actually think he might have just left because we.
Yeah,
gave
we
him
did,
the
we
lecture
gave
on
him the sound lecture when I did it, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Huh?
he's right there. He's right there. Just get him.
Get him. Fernando. No, Fernando.
Yeah, Fernando, let's go.
He's Fernando.
Yeah, no, I know.
Second guy. Okay, I'm sorry, see, I gave you the sound lecture before I was supposed to. I stand corrected, so I'm gonna be like a broken record,
No
okay?
problem.
But, you know, they say 3 times for the normal mind, you know, and, well, anyways, okay. Sound amplification license is very simple. Of course, if you're getting a license during the folk festival comes first. Any noise, any music you put out is the folk festival comes before that. Somebody says, turn it down, you turn it down, okay? A sound amplification license is simple. If I can walk 3 blocks away and hear you like I was standing in the place, something's wrong with the sound. The sound is to entertain the people that are there, not the people that are 5 blocks away. The people that are there or outside or inside. That's, Fernando has events at the Holy Ghost Park outside. That was why I was telling him about the sound meter. We don't require, most of your events are not that late, so I don't see any problem with them, okay? But keep that in mind in running your event. Every once in a while, you're gonna get somebody who's gonna walk up, oh, put some more bass to it, put some more bass to it. Be smart enough to say, it's got enough bass, all right? Any questions?
Fernando, just
Yes, sir.
on Memorial Day,
Yes.
now I live probably a mile away, and it doesn't bother me. Your music doesn't bother me. I know it bothers a lot of the neighbors though, and I was a mile away and I could hear
You
it.
could hear it, and that's what we're working.
So, you guys have done a great job of rectifying that, but for some reason, I was putting my daughter to bed and I was listening and I'm like, oh, someone's gonna call on this, because I could hear it, from her bedroom a
did.
mile away. So I'm sure that there were some neighbors that weren't too happy, but you guys have made such great strides in curtailing that noise that I think you gotta revitalize your efforts in curbing the
That's
sound.
right, that's exactly what we're trying to do for this event, for that bike run, that we move it indoors, and we are gonna be working to curb the sound so it doesn't go beyond 9 PM to our neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta fix the problem. We're also looking at the venue to change the staging system to
We've been
maybe
saying that for
demolish.
years, if you turn the stage and
I
so.
know, are you still just, 'cause I know.
It's a hard thing for me
I
to
know,
do.
But I'm not saying you, but whoever's on duty that night or whoever, are you guys still using the sound?
Yes.
At the end of
At the end of the driveway and at the end
on
by
Memorial
Carly
Day,
Stadium.
was it within the normal limit?
It went over.
Okay,
He
well,
when we went to check it, he went over and he put it higher. When we came back, we lowered it again. That's when with 10 o'clock, we moved it indoors. But that's one thing that we have to curb it. I agree.
Okay.
And I do apologize on behalf of the Holy Ghost to our neighbors surrounding the area.
Because when you guys are on top of that, there's no complaints.
Right.
But I know that, I can tell that this gentleman wants to
Yes.
complain.
Yes, there is a
So-
complaint, yes.
Okay. You wanna let him speak now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Want to let him speak? Wait,
This gentleman is,
who's this? What's your name, sir?
Mark Ditz.
Huh?
I'm Mark Ditz, D-I-T-Z. I'm a
Mark.
resident
Oh,
near Garden Road and Andover Street.
And you've complained before,
I
haven't
have.
you?
I've been in communication with Mr. Wynn for 4 years. This has been an ongoing problem. I don't believe that this has been corrected adequately. As you've observed just this past holiday weekend, the sound was quite noticeable. A mile away, I believe, Mr. Bayless, you said it shouldn't be more than 3 blocks away?
right,
Okay, we're talking about a mile away.
yeah, okay.
And we're also talking about the duration of these events. You're giving permits for hours on end, day after day after day, for this kind of amplification to go on.
Say again?
I believe that the permits for the sound amplification are for many hours on weekend days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Not for a couple of hours, not for 4 hours, but for 8, 9, 10 hours. The sound is permitted. Why do you believe that this is a reasonable request?
Well, I think Mr. Ditz is that,
Run an event.
they're running an event, they pay their taxes to have this event in the city of Lowell. And I did hear it, I think this weekend was excessive, but you're the only complaint we had.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that that's correct, that, I'm sure other people had complaints too.
I know in the past you've had other complaints.
He's trying to address it.
Sure.
And I'm not going to make excuses for him. Hopefully, he's listening to us because he needs one-day liquor licenses. And they've talked for years about turning that
Sure,
stage.
I know
If
they
they
have.
turn the stage, they'd have the music going up to the bus parking lot and into Tewksbury that way. And I don't, there's trees, I know what you're saying, okay? And we've talked about it and talked, and they, And every time they talk about it, it's gonna be a lot of money, because it's all
Yeah.
concrete and whatnot. But, you know, I think for the club to survive, they're gonna have to do it. I think they know that. So, you know.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me like you're in agreement that I should not have to hear the sound a mile away, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. well-
Absolutely,
well,
100%.
Absolutely.
I
is-
agree with you, 100%.
Okay.
No argument there
All right.
whatsoever.
All right, fine. So you think I'm being reasonable?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And they're gonna address it, or they'll be in to see us.
okay.
You can, you know, we can't tell them, well, we only want, 5 hours for a wedding reception, or 4 hours for this. If they're running an event and they're, these people are constantly raising money. I mean, and I'm not trying to stick up for them, anything like that. The Holy Ghost Society that runs the park, they raise money, they give a tremendous amount of money away, Anytime I've ever stopped over there, they've always been more than reasonable. And I go by, I do. I truly do. In fact, I was there one night because they were gonna have a wedding reception, and the bride and myself and the bride's mother was locked out of the building. There was nobody to let anybody in, and she said, we were sitting there having I said, well, maybe you went to the wrong park, I don't know, But, they attempt to do a lot of good.
Okay,
They just, like anything else, it's
I
they gotta
appreciate that.
address it. We gotta put the responsibility on them, and they'll address it, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve, just paying attention to what we just talked about. It's real simple, you don't have to blast somebody out of the, from here to kingdom come with your sound. So please don't.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Can I say something, please? I'm sorry. On the agenda for cobblestones, I may have miscommunicated. It says amplification till 9. That was for Sunday. Generally, on Friday and Saturday, we have it till midnight, so I just want to make sure that that's clear and it remains the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine, as long as it doesn't interfere with, and I know you've done it in the past, so as long as, if the police come over and tell you to turn it down, you gotta turn
Of
it down.
course. Okay. Thank you.
So wait a minute, let's make sure we do it.
Midnight Friday, Saturday versus
And then Sunday to night.
Sunday until 9.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
city ordinance allows for Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday amplification if a permit is granted up to 12 midnight. If circumstances are such that if cobblestones, if the commission is so inclined, and I think that's what she's asking, if be the case that if they're permitted to have their amplification system in place up to midnight on Friday and Saturday nights, given whatever activity is taking place pertaining to the folk festival venue, I believe the JFK courtyard will be probably shutting down around 6 PM on Friday, not Friday, Saturday. And I don't think there's anything usually goes on Friday evening at the,
I mean, have you in the past had it to midnight? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, the most important part there is the folk festival comes first. If if whatever your band or your sound is out of, somebody comes over in official capacity and says, look, you gotta turn this down, you turn it down, period, end of statement. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Next on the agenda. High Street.
Angel Cooler,
Yeah,
taking over an existing store on High Street,
Yeah.
44 High Street. There's a used secondhand articles licensing, Marie Perez. She's giving up her business, sold the business to this fellow who's the applicant.
he wants a beer and wine.
No.
No.
It's just just used items.
Oh, it's a thrift store, shouldn't it? Second. Yeah, yeah,
Change in owner.
okay. Go ahead. I don't know.
Come to the mic. Commission will now take up the application by Angel Coolin to do business as the new-to-you thrift store for a license for secondhand articles. The premises at 244 High Street. At the present time, Mr. Chairman, Marie Perez holds a license at that numbered address. And if Mr. Coolen is successful in obtaining a license, she'll surrender her license for cancellation.
Okay. Does this require a public hearing? No. Introduce yourself for the record,
Angel Anthony Quillen, Sr.
okay? Have you ever been in the secondhand business?
No.
No. Have you looked into it to know what you gotta do?
Yep.
All right, and are you gonna buy stuff from the general public? People bring, no,
I don't want to get into that.
you don't wanna do that,
I
okay?
get enough with going to the auctions. You get enough from there, believe me, to supply the whole store.
You're gonna go to the auction?
I mean, to the, what is it called? What's the name? The storage auction.
It's like Storage Wars.
Storage auction, yeah, storage wars, exactly.
Abandoned storage units.
Abandoned storage units. Everybody's getting in that business, everybody.
It's fun, though.
If you had television.
If you love the junk,
you'd
it's
see it.
fun.
Yeah,
See the-
it looks like fun.
It is.
Have you done that before?
Oh, I went to two of them with the previous owner. I went to
Find
see how-
anything good?
Oh yeah. Believe me, it was a guy that paid $400 for a place.
Really?
The stuff that he got out of there, $5,000.
Oh, good for you.
Gotta go into that business.
Okay. So you're gonna buy the store from her,
Yes.
you know, okay, and,
The only thing that, if someone comes in and tries to, dump something at your place, that's where you gotta be careful. Get their ID, take a picture, talk to the police.
Yes, I pretty much got the rundown on all that.
Okay.
okay. Motion. Okay, motion to approve, seconded, all in favor, say yes.
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 Good luck with your business.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
luck. Next on the agenda. Public hearing.
This ought to be interesting.
I almost think that we should do this number 10 and 11 first.
You wanna?
Yeah, let's just get rid of those.
Okay,
Be quicker.
hold on.
Skip over to 10 and 11.
We're gonna go to 10 and 11. We're gonna put 9 down. Because it's obviously gonna be a,
One's-
you know,
I think number
Okay.
11 is a continuance anyway.
is it?
Yeah.
Why?
The attorney couldn't be here.
Oh. Okay, what did we do on the last of these? 3
Except, like, the first, this was, like, for these, it's their first time, so we'll just put on file.
Both of them?
They're both their first events, yeah.
Both of these their first? Next on the agenda.
So, co-
Oh, we're
Just for the sake-
gonna
just for the-
go to 10, excuse me.
okay, so for number 9 on the agenda, the public hearing with
hold that
respect to Hayhurst Group, Inc.
Right.
We'll put that off for the moment.
Yeah,
We're gonna take up the
we
matter
got 2
of
short ones, won't take long.
liquors. Just come to the microphone. So the commission will now open the hearing on the allegation of misconduct as charged by Kenneth LaValle, the superintendent of police, against L&M Liquors, Inc., Leonia Mendonca is the manager, the all-alcoholic beverage package store licensee at 424 Chelmsford Street, for the sale, delivery of alcohol beverages to a minor, 1 count. This was in conjunction with the Lowell Police Department's compliance check, which had taken place on Friday, May 4th, 2012.
Introduce yourself for the record.
Leonia Mendoza?
Okay, have you read the complaint?
Yes, I did.
Do you want it read into the record?
No.
No. Okay, Captain, why don't you just real quick give an overview for anybody listening, if you would? Where's 420?
Mr. Chairman, on Friday, May 4th, detectives assigned to the Special Investigations Section under the command of Lieutenant Goldner were conducting compliance checks of various liquor stores in the city. They were assisted in the compliance checks by a 19-year-old male. This 19-year-old male had no identification with him, and the only money he had was that which had been provided to him by the detectives. At 5:36 p.m., the 19-year-old entered L&M Liquors at 424 Chelmsford Street. He purchased a 12-pack of Heineken light beer from a male clerk and then reported to the detectives. Lieutenant Gollner and Detective Callahan entered the store and found that the clerk was Joshua Silva and informed him of the violation. Lieutenant Gollner and Detective Callahan are here tonight.
Captain, was this the same operative that was in, whose photo we saw last week?
Just let me check on that. Same operative, Barry?
The same fellow that, did you use the same person that you used last week?
Yes.
Okay, just to give me your store is on a little strip mall, kind of set back, there's a Domino's there,
Yes,
pizza. You got a big sign, you got a big monstrous sign, We ID, walking in the front door, right?
yes.
Right through the front door.
Well, these compliance checks are meant to be teaching lessons for the establishments. Since this incident, have you changed your policy at all? Have you instructed your employees differently? Have you read them a riot act? What?
Yes, we have.
Was it you or an employee?
It was an employee.
Is he or she here?
No. But I am very sorry for the mistake, and I promise that we're going to be more careful. We are very careful. He was new, and he asked for a license, and they said they had in the car, and he said he goes there all the time. And I am very sorry, and I'll make sure that this won't happen again.
I stopped there one night and went in the store to buy something, and when you walk in the door, there's a great big sign, and I thought, and then there's another sign on the counter, on the bottom of the counter, said,
Yes.
you know, We ID 21, and I'm thinking, this is the way it should be, that, how can you possibly forget to,
I ID everybody. Sometimes I ID people that get angry. because-
if they come in a wheelbarrow from 6 to
Yes.
60, if they can't walk, carry them, but get an ID from them, period, end of statement, nobody.
I totally
And that
agree.
way there, you can't be faulted, period. You can't, and if you think for 1 minute the ID is something that some, college kid made on a computer or something, don't take it. It's the one business you can discriminate against anybody. Get out of my store, I'm not gonna sell to you. They can't go to the discrimination board and say they wouldn't sell to me because I was in the package store on Wood Street and he got caught by the same sting. And I was there one day thinking the language that the guy used on him, they called him everything. And of course, he's Afghanistan, and he's very dark in color, and he was the N-word, and he was this and that. And that guy stood his ground. He said, get out of my store. I'm not selling to you. And when the fellow went out, I went back in and I complimented him. And I said, we need more people like you. You didn't lose your cool. You made sure, And then the next thing I knew, he was in here, So that didn't make a whole, but
you gotta be vigilant, because the one thing you have to remember is that if the sting got you, that means that there were other people in there that weren't part of the sting that probably bought underage. So you gotta be very vigilant. So I'll make a motion to put it on file.
Second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right now, we're gonna put it on file. If we don't wanna go see it again, right?
Right, thank you. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Before here, we hope we never
Yeah, we
see
hope
you
we
again.
never see you again.
I hope not, in a different way.
Okay.
The number 11, the next hearing complaint, Attorney Catherine Flood has requested as legal counsel for the licensee King Liquors, Inc., on behalf of her client, has asked for a continuance of this hearing, and
I'll make a motion to continue.
All in favor, say yes.
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 with respect to communications, is Wayne Brasco present? just, if I may, just introduce the matter. With respect to communications, the License Commission had approved a change of manager for the licensee known as WK Investments LLC, doing business as the Brewery Exchange, 201 Cabot Street. Wayne Brasco Jr., who's standing before you now at the lectern. And that was approved on May the 17th. Last week, the office received a return from the Alcohol Beverages Control Commission on the matter, and apparently there is some outstanding tax issue that non-payment of certain monies due to the state with respect to Department of Unemployment Assistance or the Department of Revenue, either one or both. And so the matter was returned to the License Commission, disapproved by the Alcohol Beverages Control Commission. I have been in communication with Mr. Brasco by way of email, and so.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Wayne Brasco. I'm the manager of WKA Investments.
You're not, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, the manager of the LLC. And I'm here in front of the board to ask for a reconsideration. I had actually spoke to DUA and resolved the issue that had come up.
They're going to give you, you spoke to them to get an 8-week, I'm sorry, say again, you lost me there, this is a good one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in touch with the DUA upon receipt of Mr. Wynn's communication, and we've resolved the matter with them, so I'm asking for reconsideration being sent back to the ABCC.
Have anything from the DUA that it's, that you're in good standing?
I didn't bring any proof. I asked.
Real simple, like, okay, when's the next meeting?
Okay, can I just offer some background on this, and not as a defense for Mr. Brasco?
No.
But if I may just say something. It's a funny thing doing business with the Alcohol Beverages Control
Yeah.
Commission. I know from dealing with them over
No.
a few years.
Really?
Yes. And they have a peculiar way of saying to the licensing boards in the cities and towns in Massachusetts that if you want us to address the issue of what you had already approved, again, you have to submit to us a Form 43 with the title on it for reconsideration. All of the issues normally that take place with respect to the state agencies, whether it be the Alcohol Beverages Control Commission in its dealings with the Department of Revenue, the State Department of Revenue, the Massachusetts Department of Revenue, as well as the Massachusetts Department of Unemployment Assistance, they're acting as an agent for those. The ABC serves as an agent, as a collection agent for the Department of Revenue and the Department of Unemployment Assistance, so that if and when a city or town sends an application in for its approval, after the local board has granted approval, the ABC will immediately notify the Department of Revenue and the Department of Unemployment Assistance of the pending matter before them on a matter that was approved by the local authority. To my surprise, they caught this change of manager, which normally I thought they would let go through without issue with regard to any outstanding tax matter, but apparently this is not true. The only way we'll know for certain whether Mr. Brasco is telling us the truth is based on my understanding of dealing with the Department of Revenue, or Department of the Alcohol Beverages Control Commission, is I have to resubmit for their reconsideration the Form 43. Now, in the meantime, whether that will get a turnaround in 48 hours, 72 hours, or 3 months, I don't know. But I think Mr. Brasco needs to now you need to decide whether you want, under the circumstances, how you want to handle the alcohol license in the interim. But for what he's asking and what is standard procedure is that if you would be, I know there's been a sensitive discussion we've had with Mr. Brasco in the last meeting, and so the fact is, with that in mind, you know, I just want you to know that I have to do this.
Can we suspend the license until we get, and then send in the application on the reconsideration?
we have to do the notice.
Well, that's
That was
what
the problem we had last
that's
time.
what I want to find out.
Here, what I'll suggest then, all right? You have something, you didn't bring it, but you have something from DUA saying the issue is resolved?
I could get something. I have an agent that could probably give me an email.
I'll throw this proposal out there. We're having a special meeting on the 14th. And what I would suggest is, we'll give you notice now of, you know, I mean, we have to give notice before we can do a suspension. I'd like to schedule the suspension for the 14th. If you don't have something from DUA saying that issue is cleared up, and I would move to submit this for reconsideration. So if it is cleared up, it gets processed and you're the manager of record. But if we don't have at least something on the 14th saying that the DUA issue was cleared up and we're just waiting on Boston, then, you know, you could bring your license with you to the meeting and leave it. You know, I mean,
First of all, can we put that on, a public hearing on that? Do we want to get caught up in that at the meeting for the other? I don't know. To me, I would say, go with what you said, but give it to the regular meeting and
Okay.
put it first.
all right.
Okay.
I'll agree.
All right, I'm going to make a motion to, just to change Commissioner, what's your name?
Yeah, that's
Ray Weiker's thing. I'm going to give you to the 21st. Now, I'm going to just say right now, you just made a contradictory offer. You said, oh, I have some papers that say I'm okay. And then when he asked you about it, oh, I'm sure I can get an email or something. So you don't have anything right now, okay? I'm not getting into this with you. I'm telling you the way it's going to be. 21st is our regular meeting. We've got the 14th agenda is way overboard without adding anything to it. The 21st at our regular meeting is 6:30 in the evening. That's on a Thursday, okay? If you don't have absolute proof. Now, I'm not talking about something you print off on email or anything like that. I'm talking about proof that this has all been resolved. Bring your license and come on in. Okay?
On the 21st, bring one of two things.
One or two things.
All right?
Or if you got absolute proof that you can prove to the secretary, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Are we gonna send we'll take him at his word
Yeah.
that he did it, and we'll send this, so hopefully this gets approved by the ABCC, and then we won't have to worry
Is there a
about
fee to go with
it.
the 43? Reconsideration?
No, this is a bureaucracy at its best.
So I'll motion that we go ahead and do the reconsideration. All right, and if I could get a second?
Second.
Yeah,
All right,
second.
all in favor?
Yes.
Yes, okay, and then, but that's gonna go down to Boston to hopefully get you cleared up, but on the 21st, one of the two comes forward. If you can produce the stuff to Secretary Wynn ahead of time, maybe we can
You're
even
that
take
much
it off
better
the agenda
off.
for the 21st, how's that?
Excellent.
Okay?
Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Good luck.
all right. You want any, okay, that's right, we did the sound, yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Oh, my God.
The Havis Group application, is an affidavit. List of abutters. And there is a church, the shrine, the shrine is within 500 feet, and high school is,
These guys, I was thinking with them, they haven't had any issues with their liquor license. These guys, the police haven't brought any complaints. There's been no issues. The only issue we've had with them is the noise. So what are they gonna do about the noise? Brian's Ivy Hall, this is the same guy. This is the same guy, that's why Chandra Perry's here. It's the same guy, it's the same group. So they're just looking to open up in their downstairs a new place. So that's the issue, is the noise. That's what we gotta address.
Want the people out.
He did, he was a smart guy. Look at all these people here to speak in favor. Oh, all these people are here in favor. Ray, all these people are here in favor. Yeah, they're all in favor. Yeah, he's a smart. These are all his patrons.
He's smart if he did it.
Yes, yeah.
You ready? Ready?
Okay.
Next on the agenda.
Commission is now going to open a public hearing. Will allow for public comment on an application for a non-alcoholic beverage restaurant license filed by the Hayhurst Group, Inc., doing business at Finn's Pub. Kevin Hayhurst is the president. For premises at 76-86 Merrimack Street. There being an unnumbered door on the north side, 2 unnumbered doors south side of the building. The first floor is a one-room for restaurant and bar area, approximately 2,460 square feet. And the second floor is one room for restaurant and bar area, approximately 2,797 square feet. And there will be a certain area in the basement for storage. What I failed to do, Mr. Chairman, was to note that there are minor license applications on this particular by Hayhurst Group, and that is to do with the license for Common Vittler, which is the restaurant license that goes hand in glove with the alcohol license, as well as an entertainment license application and a license application for automatic amusement device. The entertainment application would be standard live music, disc jockey, and jukebox. The legal notice was published in the Lowell Sun newspaper on Friday, May 11, 2012, and it did note that the hearing would be this evening, June 7th at 6:30 p.m. Abutters to be notified or property owners touching in the church and school within a 500-foot radius, and the property owners from the original application was filed by Beck's Inc., I should say, this application includes the property owners at the Mahler's building on Middle Street. That's an abutter.
Okay. Introduce yourself for the record.
Kevin Hayhurst, Hayhurst Group, Inc., doing business as Finn's Pub.
All right, can I just?
Yeah,
All
go,
right.
sure.
All right, well, your reputation precedes you, okay?
Good one, right?
Yeah, good. And we've had a lot of, we've seen you here a lot. But we've seen you here not for anything relative to the alcohol beverage license.
Correct.
You haven't had any issues with the police?
No infractions at all.
Okay, and there's been no complaints brought forward?
No.
But the issue that seems to be following you around is the noise?
Correct.
Okay. What is, now this is a 2-floor establishment. Can you explain what your entertainment is gonna be?
Limited. I actually, the other establishment I own is on the 3rd floor where the nightclub is, so I don't really need that same amplification stuff I plan on jukebox, if that, on the 1st floor. 2nd floor after this, if this goes through, I plan on just applying for pool tables and kind of entertainment like that. I don't plan on, I don't want to restrict myself on any kind of music, because if the folk festival weekends or like a St. Patty's Day, I want to be able to possibly put like a band into something like that, but I don't plan on going any further than that with any kind of entertainment.
Okay. So your intention and your business plan is not to have any live music, except for in a special event?
Correct. Not on a regular basis, correct.
Okay.
Regular pub atmosphere.
Just a regular pub atmosphere?
Yep. Background music.
I just want to get that out of the way first,
Good.
then
Yeah.
go ahead and tell us about the rest of the place, what you're
Yeah,
gonna do.
what are you gonna do with it?
As I plan on just starting new construction, if this goes through, just gutting the whole place out and putting just a big bar in the middle, pretty much to have good draft beers and pub food on the 1st floor. And like I said, on the 2nd floor, if this goes through, I'm gonna apply for pool tables.
You gonna have health food on the 1st floor, you say?
Pub food,
Pub food,
just
I'm
pub
sorry.
fried foods.
Oh, I went to the.
Yeah, health food too. Health,
I was
salads.
gonna say.
Salads.
Well, anyways.
Kale and beer.
No, I went to the dentist, I had my teeth fixed, now my hearing doesn't work, I guess, I don't know. Okay, well, I thought that's.
I'm big into health food.
Like hamburgers and
Yep.
french fries, and
Exactly.
that kind of stuff, okay. Hey, have you got a diagram of the floor of how you're gonna do it?
It's all in the application.
Where?
It's in the application.
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, okay.
There's one floor of it,
Please,
and
that's the 2nd floor? Yeah.
I'm gonna, 2nd floor is the more open space.
Correct.
1st floor has a
As the
central
bar, as the horseshoe bar down the middle.
That thing looks big, don't it? Okay,
I
why
guess
don't you
just
go
look-
ahead and...
I guess just looking at the plan, just before I open it, the second, on that plan, you know, the first floor, you can see the bar, you can see the seating. The second floor is just wide open, so, right? That's the way the plan
Yeah.
looks to me, is that it's wide open. So,
There is a bar, I should be drawn in there, it would have been run down the side, like, it should be
well,
down the side.
there's
with
a bar, but there's this big open space
Yeah, that's why I
here.
want to put pool tables.
See if you can
Okay,
find it in there.
all right. I'm just,
I
when you
can't
look
find
at
it.
this, you say, all right, what are you gonna do with an open space? You said pool tables.
Well, I don't want to put
But-
the cart before the horse, because if I sell, I'm gonna go put pool tables in there, I know I have to come to you guys first, so I don't want to.
I know, but I don't want, but if this is approved, I don't want this to become a a dance floor, and I know you already have an establishment with that.
Exactly.
So I'm taking you on your word relative to that second floor. That's my concern, there's no chairs or anything, so that's, you mean right there?
Yeah, right there. Okay. Why don't you have a seat? Let's start with those who would like to speak in opposition. In opposition.
Chandra Perry, 33 Middle Street. I'm in the Mahler's building. I'm not in opposition. I kind of excited about what he's got going on. I'm opposed to sound amplification. We already have to deal with a third floor nightclub. There's been a lot of issues with the noise. I can't imagine there possibly being 2 more open spaces where there's music pounding from there. We in the Mahlers wouldn't be able to live comfortably in our homes. And that's basically all I have to say.
Okay.
And I really am excited for it.
Thank you. Anybody else in opposition?
Tristan Block, trustee for for the Mollers. Kevin saved me from saying a lot, as long as he doesn't get the amplified music. I have no problem with anything else. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else in opposition?
Kathleen Marson, 200 Market Street. I'm actually not in opposition to Finn's Pub either. I think it's a great use of that space. But the music certainly, I think it had come up earlier. There was a lot of people here for special events permits today. If Mr. Hayhurst was given only, what is it? What did you say you're going to have? A jukebox? And no amplification. And if he needs it for a special event, he can come and get that license for a special event like everyone else does. And that's all I have to say. Thanks.
Only problem is the jukebox, they can, you always get some clown in the group that's gonna turn it up. It's gotta be that he understands, that he's gonna get, but it's gonna be on a first floor, so it's not gonna be something that's gonna be wailing out the doors. Or at least it better not be. Anybody else in opposition? In opposition? In opposition. That portion of the hearing is closed. I assume the rest of you are all here in support. God, and we made you sit here all afternoon. Hey, how about, we don't get this, the city council doesn't get this kind of attention. What the hell's going on here?
You want to just have them come down and put the name on the record, or just anybody that wants to?
Do we want to just pass a paper around, have them all sign that are here? I mean, I'm sure that, okay, let me just, you, sir, come up to the mic.
Fred Smith, I'm the executive director of the Smith Fest Foundation.
The what?
It's the Smith Fest Foundation. It's a large charity group that runs a lot of events in the city and support Boys and Girls Club, Merrimack Valley Dream Factory.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to speak on behalf of Kevin, not only being a quality establishment, but also he's very generous. Their group's very generous, supporting a lot of events. They open their doors on daily hours, which people don't realize, so that we can raise a lot of money during the year as well.
Good enough. Thank you. Okay, how about you, sir? Second from the end. No, you with the nice yellow tie. You look like,
I'm Mike Moore from Moore Real Estate, commercial real estate broker here in town. I'm in support of Kevin. The reason being, I've been dealing with Kevin for a number of years now. He's just one of the hardest working guys I've met in this type of business. And I don't think there'd be any problem with giving him what he needs tonight.
Thank you, sir. All right, man in the middle, right there. You. Get up, you don't have to come down. You don't have to come down, just give us your name for the record. Huh?
My apologies. They have to be in the recorder in order to be placed on the record. My apologies, they can't speak.
Ah, you can't, you gotta come down, guys. I know, you know, if we were to pass a book around, they all.
Let's just take it.
Let's,
All right.
we don't need this.
Well, I didn't think we did, but, you know, he said you gotta let some of them speak. You wanna let everybody in the place speak?
Are they so inclined to?
My God.
I mean, that's up to them.
Okay.
You want to let it be open to them.
Yeah.
Let's let her speak.
I'll tell you, anybody who'd like to speak, go ahead and take the mic. And
I'm Karen Hayhurst. I'm Kevin's mom. I came to support him because I think he's doing a good job also, and I think he puts a lot into it, and I think that he does care and tries to be there for the city of Lowell, which I was born and raised in, and I told him I'd come and support him
Don't you think it'd be
tonight.
good if he went on health food?
I was going to say I kind of go along with the health food, but I'm
what
kind
you
of a big burger and fry girl, so. Yeah.
I thought that's what. Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Julian Oliveira. I'm in favor. It's going to create more jobs in the city of Lowell. Kevin is definitely trying hard to do what he's trying to do in the city of Lowell, so I'm in favor.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Anybody else want to say anything? I do. Oh, God. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing. I didn't realize that. I just figured we'd let a couple shout out. That's it, you know?
If anybody else on the second floor or the
Wants to
balcony,
speak, make
just
your way
make
down, because we're going to
now.
close this. You know? I hope this many,
Introduce yourself.
I hope this many people show up for your wake. You know what I mean? Holy smoke.
Michael Jarvis, teacher, Lowell Public Schools, and young alumni
Teaching Lowell
young alumni of
Public-
the year from UMass Lowell, and I run events through UMass Lowell for Sigma Phi Omicron fraternity. And Kevin's opened up his doors to our events. We had a Chris Sullivan 5K race that raised $10,000 for Wounded Warriors in April, and he sponsors our events, golf tournaments, and I think the establishment is what the city of Lowell needs.
Thank you, sir.
In favor.
Hello, my name is Sean Martin. I've worked for many bars and nightclubs in the past 6.5 years, and I gotta absolutely say I love working for these guys. They know what they're doing, and being that I'm only doing this job, I've recently lost my day job, having them open this pub would only open up more opportunities for more work. So I'm in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it? Anybody else wants to speak? Going once, going twice, sold, okay? What's your pleasure?
Well, I'm in support of the all alcoholic beverage license. The thing that concerns me is the sound. But I think, you know, I'm inclined to give Mr. Hayhurst a short leash. You know, you told us that you don't plan on having amplification, live bands.
I do not. Like I said, I just don't want to limit myself on those weekends where we can have like a folk festival weekend or.
Right. But you're on notice that if it starts becoming that way, then we'll revisit the sound license, or at least I will want to. But I'd be inclined to improve the light. I think it's tremendous that you have all these people here, and I congratulate all of them for coming down, and the people that spoke in opposition tonight. I think it's great that all these people are involved in making a decision like this.
Is that a motion?
No, I'll make a motion to approve then.
Motion to approve, seconded.
All in favor?
All in favor, say yes.
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 Thank you.
Isn't she funny?
Your mic is still on.
Oh.
No, Okay, nothing.
Are we
That's it.
all right?
Nothing. I have nothing to say.
Thank you, gentlemen. Should we get a picture of this in front of City Hall? Phone to Mr. Goldman if he's got anything. you'd like
We
to
don't want to go, we don't want to
We
be
don't
in
go there.
violation of open meeting laws.
Hey, we're coming home, Benjamin. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.